I never meant to overhear it. But some truths find you whether you're ready or not. It was just past midnight when I pushed open the door of our little rental on Elmwood Avenue in Charlotte. The plastic bag from the store crinkled in my hand, cheap wine and frozen dinners, the official menu of a marriage on life support. Her voice drifted down the hallway, low and bitter. I can't stand being with him, Megan. I feel caged. He's like a ghost I can't escape. I froze in the dark, keys still in my hand. The words cut clean through me. In that moment, everything finally made sense. Marriage starts as wildfire, late nights, wild promises, eyes that make you feel like the only man alive. Then slowly, quietly, it turns into silence. Separate sides of the bed. Conversations that never go deeper than, "How was your day?" I met Claire when we were both 22, stupidly hopeful. Her laugh used to fill rooms. Her eyes used to light up when I walked in. Somewhere along the way, that light went out. And I stayed anyway. I stood there in the hallway like a stranger in my own home, listening to the woman I loved admit she was suffocating beside me. I could have walked in. Could have yelled. Could have begged. Instead, I turned around, went upstairs, and quietly packed a duffel bag. No note. No fight. She wanted freedom. I handed it to her. I drove to a cheap motel off I-77 near Carowinds, the kind of place that smelled like regret and stale cigarettes. I sat on the edge of the stiff bed and stared at the ugly wallpaper, replaying her words on loop. How long had she felt that way? How long had I been a burden she was too polite to remove? My phone started blowing up the next morning. Texts. Missed calls. Voicemails. Where are you? We need to talk. Please come home. I didn't answer. For 2 days, I let her feel what it was like to be the one left behind. On the third day, she found me. When I opened the motel door, she looked broken, eyes swollen, hair messy, voice cracking. "Why did you leave?" she whispered. I let out a tired laugh. "You really need me to explain?" Her face changed. She realized I had heard everything. "You weren't supposed to hear that," she said softly. That one sentence told me everything I needed to know. It wasn't that she felt that way. It was that I knew. I stepped aside and let her in. She wouldn't sit down. "Was it true?" I asked. The silence that followed was louder than any answer. "I was upset," she finally mumbled. "I didn't mean it like that." I shook my head. "You don't say something like that unless some part of you means it." Tears filled her eyes. "I still love you." "Don't," I cut her off. "Don't finish that sentence." She started crying then, deep, shaking sobs. For years I had been the one aching, wondering if I was enough. Now it was her turn to feel the weight of absence. I never went back home. The divorce was brutal. But leaving her was the kindest thing I ever did, for both of us. Staying in a love that had died would have been the real cruelty. Claire reached out a few times after the papers were signed, trying to pull us back to what we used to be. But I was already gone. Somewhere along the way, I found peace. And eventually, I found someone whose eyes made me feel like I wasn't a ghost anymore. I was wanted. I was home.